Welcome back and thanks for stopping. There are two things that I strive for with my animals. Number one, that they're healthy, and number two, that they're happy. My pigs have been a little bit crabby with me the last few days, so I'm trying to get back on their good side by giving them some apples. So you might ask, how did I get on their bad side? Well, a couple days ago it was weaning day. The monsters, they've got their own pen. It's not real far away from Red and Callie. However, it's far enough where they don't see them, but they can hear them. What's up, guys? Hey, how are you? How are you doing? You doing good? All right, you want some apples? Try them out, huh? Now, I don't know if they realized it or not, but being weaned, they get all they can eat feed, and I think they actually adapted a little bit better than Red and Callie did. Holy smokes, did you guys drink that all? Hey buddy, look at you. Look at you. Yeah, you're walking around pretty good. Alright, I'll carry you around. He thinks he's getting milk right now. Nope, not milk. We're not getting milk right now. So, yeah, I know. There you go. We're not, I'll get you some here in a little bit. I didn't mean to tease you. So inside here, we've got a feed pail, or a feeder, that is all they can eat. So as they're eating it, it just kind of keeps flowing through. Inside, it's about a third full. And we got a separate feeder right over here. So if the one is filled up, they are able to spread out and eat over here. Whoop, there's a bee. And along with food, they've got the water. I got to fill that up a couple times a day. However, once we get Red and Callie back together, I'll have one of the 55-gallon drums that will be able to stick through that hole right there. Hey, you. This is one of Red's. She's a friendly one. Hey, come here. Come here. Hi. Yeah. Yeah, you usually let me scratch you. Now you might be asking, why do we have to wean the little pigs? Won't the mom just stop feeding them? And the answer is no. When we talk about healthy, Red there, she still has a little bit of mass on her, but she was only feeding 3 pigs. And Callie, holy smokes, Callie. Callie has gotten pretty thin. She had 10 babies that were nursing on her, and even though I was giving her double rations of food twice a day, and I was giving her zucchinis and apples and all of that stuff, she was starting to dwindle away. Them little pigs were nursing her down substantially. So for health purposes, making sure that they're healthy, I wanted to make sure we had to get the baby pigs weaned. Yeah, look at how skinny she is. Hey, Red, Callie, you guys want some zucchinis? Yeah, I'm confident you want zucchinis. There you go. There you go. Callie, there you go. Hey, there you go. The other part I wanted to bring up with the health of the animals is I could have weaned the baby pigs at about 21 days old, which I would prefer to wait 4 weeks, but they ended up being about 5 weeks, and Reds were about 7 weeks old. And the reason for that, these mud holes were not here about a week ago. It was so hot, it was so dry, and And when you wean pigs, the mother has a chance of having a thing called mastitis, and that's where when the babies aren't drinking anymore, the underside fills up with milk and it can get really hard and uncomfortable. And not only that, but they can develop a fever. And I didn't want that with how hot and how dry it was. And I was bringing out some water for them to cool down with, but ultimately I wanted it to cool off a little bit. And I was hoping for rain, which we did get. Ooh, you like that, huh? Well, you are muddy. Huh? You like that mud hole, don't you? Yeah. So my hope with prolonging the weaning process was that it was ultimately going to be healthier for the moms. I did increase their food as much as I could. They had all the water that they could drink. I did bring a couple of pails of water out here, but overall, I'm happy with the decision that I made to wait. Now the little monsters, one other reason I had to get them weaned is because this electric fence here, they had zero respect for an electric fence. I don't know if it was because they're small, or if it's because they're fast, or if they didn't ground out because it was so dry around here, or maybe it's a combination of all three. But they would zip through that fence and they would not get a shock. It didn't matter how tight I got it, nothing would keep them in. Which then they started venturing out up here. This is where the cows were last winter, and I didn't mind that they were tearing up the thatch. They were looking for some grubs, which was actually a really good thing. So I didn't mind that so much. However, when we come back up to my goji plant, right around the base, it's all torn up. And now the goji plant is a little bit on the peaked side. Around my American elderberry roots, it's all worked up. My red elderberry, that's all torn up. Plum tree, they rooted up around the roots. It looks like they're all going to be fine. They're going to make it since we got this rain. But the less disturbance around the root area, I'm thinking the better. As you can see right there, they exposed some of their roots. So right now, from our berry bushes to their paddock, we're about, I'd say about 15 yards, something like that. And then there's the garden. Oh boy, the weeds have gone crazy. I used to have potato plants right there and right there. Looks like there's some right there. These got rooted up and they actually took root again. There's nothing there anymore. Pigs found out that they like potatoes. And then for tomatoes, I had a tomato plant planted right there and another one right there, and they decided I didn't need them. And right now, we are about 30 to 40 yards away from their paddock. So we're getting farther, but this isn't where they stopped. Up by my chicken coop, we've got signs of little pigs. Boy, that drought, it was tough on the hostas even. Hostas are hard to kill. So up by the chicken coop, we are even farther away from where they're supposed to be. I don't know if you can see over the weedy corn. And as we go farther, we're by the house now, and along the foundation we have rooted up sod where the pigs were. And this is, well, there's our chicken coop that we were just at. And the pigs are supposed to be way over there. But they didn't stop here. They kept on going. As we go around here, we got my hay baler, or my baler. Well, and after the rain, you can't see it quite as much, but we had signs of pigs way back here. And there was one time that I saw that, actually a couple of times, that I saw them little monsters right where this cedar tree is right there. They were on the other side of the cedar tree, and their hut, this is on the opposite side of the house, their hut is, let's take a little walk. And way over there is is where they're supposed to be. And if we go up from the chicken coop, up by my mound system, they had been coming around through here, through the pine trees, and I'll take you for a little walk on their trail. Over by the camper coop, and they did a bunch of rooting in the pine needles. And all the way back to where they were supposed to be. Now I can't be for certain that they were crabby because they got weaned and they didn't get to have milk from mom, or maybe it's because they didn't get to venture out so far. Is that more of what it was? Yeah, probably. Hey. Hi. Hey, don't chew on my boot. No, don't chew on my boot. You're not tame. And then back to the fence issue. They were going through the double wire, double strand fence like it basically wasn't even there. So my solution for that was taking a 2x4, which is 2 inches by 4 inches mesh, and I got a 4-foot piece and I cut it in half, so I've got about 2 feet. Actually, it's just under 2 feet because I had the one wire. But anyways, I put the wire mesh on the outside of the double wire. Hey, stop chewing on my boot. Yeah. Put the double wire on the inside of the mesh, so if they went up to the mesh to try and get through that, they would definitely get shocked. The other thing is, if I weave in one of these rebar posts, I turn the step-in part so that it's holding down on that. So if they did get through the wire and they try lifting up on this, that the mesh stays pretty firm. They've only been out here for a few days and they've done quite a number on the vegetation, which is awesome. That's exactly what I want them to do, is focus on the vegetation and root that stuff up. The other thing I notice as I'm out here, it's fairly warm. It's kind of humid because we just got quite a bit of rain, and I don't smell any pig. And it's not that I'm just used to the pig smell. I am able to smell like these stinkweed things here. I'm hoping they take care of them and they root them up. But the poop, they kind of have their poop area right over where I'm standing, and it's all spread out. It's fairly dried out. It's not in a big pile. They're not rolling in it. And right where I'm standing should smell, but it doesn't, which is awesome. So here's my hope with these guys. You can kind of see where last year's pigs were, where it's a little bit greener here. And then it turns to a shorter brownish colored grass just beyond there. And what I want to do is I want to get these guys, once they're trained fully to a two-wire fence, is to give them a range where they're able to go down and root this area up, and then I can plant the same thing as what I planted in my field over there, so that I can graze cows here. I could even run pigs back through here, whatever it might be. But if they can work up the soil for me so that I can level this off and get it planted, that's kind of my goal. Hey, runt. This guy used to be the Red's runt. I didn't know if he was going to make it, but he is one nice looking pig. Yeah, you are. You being squirrely now? Wow. You guys are all over the place. Yep, all over. And you like to follow me, huh? Yeah, you like to follow. Hey, buddy, I'll get you some milk here in a minute. We'll be done here in a second, okay? What's kind of funny is I put a half of a bale of hay in here, and a lot of times when I come in, they have burrowed themselves underneath, and they lift their head up so they can see what's going on. So all you're able to see is the head and no body. Hey, buddy, you're making your way out here. You're looking pretty, you're doing a lot better. I know, I'll go get you some milk. So now the only next step is getting these guys all sold. If you need pork, or if you know of anybody that needs any pork, I think we've got about 4 or 4.5 of them sold so far. And we gotta sell about, I don't know, 8 more, I suppose. So if you know of anybody that's looking for a Hampshire crossed with a Berkshire, crossed with an Old World spot, or Gloucestershire spot, crossed with a I don't know, red has to have some Duroc in her to be red, maybe. We have got the pigs for you. Hey, you guys. Can I leave this here without you monkeying with it? Huh? What are the odds of that happening? Slim to none? Yeah, you guys are nosy. So whether they know it or not, I'm almost certain that they are happier here than with their mom. Actually, you probably don't even notice the difference. You were all over the house anyways, so you probably didn't even... You were just using your mom for some milk, weren't you? But now, instead of waiting for mom to let them eat, they're able to eat whenever they want and as much as they want. That'd be a dangerous situation for me. Hey buddy, come here. I got some milk for you. And other than this little guy, they're all really healthy. And he's making a lot of progress. Even from about 2 to 3 days ago, he's come a long ways. So while he finishes eating, I hope you have a great day. Goodbye for now, and thanks for watching. You guys have a good day. I'll see you in a few hours, huh?